The reason your AI agent feels underwhelming, it almost has nothing to do with the model you're paying for. Here's the thing. There are 5 stages between a simple chatbot and a system and most founders are stuck at stage 2 without even knowing it. Quick context to why I'm walking you through this. And I'm not going to perform authority at you. I've been running these systems for a while now. An agent I build with its own identity, its own memory, and jobs that fire while I'm currently asleep. This morning before I woke up, it already pulled competitor research and dropped me a message on my phone. I didn't ask. That is the gap we are mapping out today. For each stage, I give you one tell that gives it away. You place yourself honestly, then we look at your next move and the trap you should watch out for.
Hey, I'm Johnny Nell. I spent years building businesses the old hard way, managing teams, scaling operations, and doing everything manually. Today, everything I built, from automations and no-code infrastructures to fully AI SaaS products, has AI helping in one way or another. Firstly, let me quickly show you this. In South Africa, we call this a braai. I build with AI tools that, in my opinion, anyone can learn to use. My mission is simple: to help creators, entrepreneurs, and business owners get clarity with AI. Let's build smarter together and enjoy this video.
Now, why does this matter? Because most founders misdiagnose and it costs them severely. The output feels thin, so they go and pay for a bigger, smarter model. But a bigger model won't fix a setup problem. The bottleneck isn't the engine, it's the stage. And here's 2 spots where most founders get stuck the longest. Most plateau at stage 2, a clever chatbot that saves them maybe in half an hour a day because they handed over control once, it went sideways, and they quietly went back to doing everything by hand. Now let's look at stage number 1, the typist. Here's the tell. You open a tab, you type a question, you read the answer, you close the tab. Be honest, if you get the same result from any agent, you're on stage 1. And that's fine, we all start there. But notice what is happening. You've got a tool with hands and you're using it to talk instead of to do. So let's look at this shift. And it's a small one. Stop asking questions, start giving it tasks with destinations. Instead of tell me about the best CRMs, try this. Research the top 5 CRMs for solo founder, compare pricing and features, and save it as a report I can open. You see, those are the same topic, but completely different outcome. One reads you a paragraph, the other ships you a file that exists when it's done. The moment you start ending your prompts with and, save it there. That's a quick win you can test today. Now look at stage number 2. The configurer. The tell here is you keep re-explaining yourself. Every session you're telling it against what your business does, who your customer is, how you like things to be written. And the output still lands generic, but for nobody in particular. You see, that is stage 2. The agent doesn't know you yet. The fix for this is giving it an identity layer, giving it a soul file and a memory so it stops starting from 0. Now, I'm not going to reteach that here because we've already got 2 videos on this exactly, and I'll list that up somewhere on the screen. I invite you to allow yourself to go and watch them as well. And that's deliberate. The whole point of today is to find your stage. The trap at stage 2 is expecting a personal assistant out of an empty profile. Fill the identity layer in and the same question comes back shaped around your business, your margins, and your customer. Now let's look at stage number 3, the delegator. Here's the tell. You're still babysitting. You handed a task, you watch it run, you wait. Stage 3 is where you stop being the bottleneck. The shift here is start working in parallel. Push one task to the background and keep going. Or hand a piece of work to a second agent while the first one runs. You're drafting a proposal, you fire off a research task in the same background, and a few minutes later you never broke your flow. And the nice thing is a lot of these up-to-date LLMs already has some intelligence built behind it to know when to fire out different agents. However, if you don't know how to prompt it correctly, you may not be able to ever unlock all of those powerful features. So you can steer an agent while it's running, mid-task, without stopping it. You drop in a correction, focus on the enterprise steer, skip that source, and it adjusts on the fly instead of running 10 minutes down the wrong road. Most founders kill the whole thing and start over. You just nudge it. And if you want the full build on running a team of agents, that's also linked down in the AI Founders Vault community below. Don't spin up agents for everything. If the main one can handle it in 30 seconds, you don't need a swarm of agents to go and execute for you. Delegation has a cost. Use it when the work is genuinely big. and genuinely parallel. Everything so far, the actual identity files, the templates, and the security checklist I ran before any agent goes autonomous, that all lives inside of the AI Founders Vault. It gives you the map, the vault hands you the kit. The link is down in the description. See you in there. This is the big jump, and this is where a lot of serious builders and non-technical founders stall. Nothing happens unless you type. Your agent is capable, it's configured, but it still waits for you to start every single thing. Stage 4 is where it starts working without being asked. A job that fires at 7 every morning and has a briefing on your phone before you wake up. Now, I'm not going to reteach the cost of the loop mechanics. We've got more videos on that already, on how to do that properly. One on what actually costs to run agents around the clock, so the bill never surprises you. Watch those videos for the how. What I want to add is the part that people skip. And it's two things. The first one is the trap. A scheduled job starts from 0 every single time. No memory, no context. You're writing like you're briefing a stranger. Exactly what to look at, where and what counts as done. Second, and this is the security side talking, you put the safety net on before you hand the control over, and not after. Before any of my agents run unattended, it has a snapshot it can roll back to and a hard spending cap it cannot cross. That's the line between an agent that buys you a morning and one that quietly does damage while you sleep. De-risk first, then automate. Once you've got more than a handful of jobs that depend on each other, a simple scheduler isn't enough. You want a board where task B waits for task A to finish before it even starts, where the agent picks up work as the dependencies clear on its own. A scheduler fires by the clock, a board fires by what's ready. That's the production line, not a to-do list. Stage 5, the owner. The tell up here is quiet because things are mostly working. Agents are running, jobs are firing, work's getting done. But look closely and you'll catch it. You're still the glue, you're the one copying one agent's output into another one's input, carrying things between tools by hand. Stage 5 is when the agent stops being someone you talk to and becomes something other things are built on. This is the part that nobody shows you, so stay with me. 3 doors open here. First, your agent becomes an engine other apps can call. A private endpoint, so a dashboard, a spreadsheet, your own internal tools, just asks it for what it needs and gets it back. No chat window. Second, it lives inside tools you already work on. Your code editor for one, right there with context of what you're building. And thirdly, the one with real money in it, you package the whole setup, the identity. The skills, the jobs, all of it into something another person installs about 10 minutes and runs on their own. Your agent stops being a personal helper and becomes a product. This is the moment the thing you build you can hand to your team or sell. You don't necessarily get here by buying a better model. You get here by treating the agent as an infrastructure. Now, the most powerful move in this whole video and the warning that rides with it is that you can't skip. I watch people try to skip straight to stage 4. Full autonomy overnight, sitting on stage 1 foundations. No identity, no memory, no safety net. Each stage is the floor the next one stands on. It's just an agent doing the wrong thing confidently at scale while you sleep. So here's how you find your real stage in 3 questions. 1. Does your agent produce things? This could be files, actions, it's not just answers. If no, you're on stage 1. 2. Does it know your business without you re-explaining everything every single time? If no, you're on stage 2. Now let's look at 3. Does it ever do work without you starting it? If no, you're still on stage 3. And the next move is the delegation and the scheduling. If that's a yes all the way down, you're at stage 4 heading for 5, and your move is orchestration and testing the thing as infrastructure. So this is where I leave you. You don't need stage 5. Most people don't. The win is exactly where you stand and making one honest move from there in sequence at a time. So just be honest with yourself about where you land. Come back to the next one when this stops being enough. Drop your number in the comments down below. 1 through 5. I read every single comment, and if you feel called to it, subscribe to see more videos on how to ship at each stage. The templates, the configuration files, the security checklists, and so much more is waiting for you inside of the AI Founders Vault. because you are ready to build now. See you in the community.